Are you excited that it's Friday? Oh, some days I'm just like, some Fridays I'm just like, I'm glad it's a Friday. And this is one of them. Let me go ahead and get, let's see, some reason this is not going out. Let's see, did that message go out? I was trying to send you guys a text alert. Who is on our text alert system? And it didn't go out. No, why not? Why not? Why not? Let me send out a quick text alert letting you know that we are going live on the pages so that everybody can join us. I know everybody signs up and they really want to be alerted, so I want to make sure that we let them know. All right. Okay, so how's everybody? I want to pull up and see your comments. And it's been one of those days. Hopefully everything's working good. And we've got our microphone on. And yay, here we are. How is everybody? We got Kathy, 192 people watching. Yay. All right, Lynn. Thanks, Kathy, for that. Hello, watching from Sumter, South Carolina, Belinda. That's not too far from us. That's not too far from us. All right, so one of the things before we get started, I wanted to show you what was in my last subscription box that I received from Deco Exchange. All right, so we've got that up here. And I've got, hello, we've got people coming over on YouTube. We got Mitzi and Maria, welcome, welcome. All right, so let me clear off my space. Look, y'all, this is what we made in our Wreath Making of the Month Club group last night. Do you see the willow branches at the top? Just love how this turned out. This is an outdoor planter. So it's artificial flowers, but it's made for outdoors. Look, the tulips, they're like the ruffly tulips. And we've got ginkgo, and we've got allium, and we've got some baby's breath. I just love this. Even painted our container to coordinate well with it. It's pretty heavy. I showed them how to make sure that their planters are heavy so that, you know, we just had a storm come through, and when the wind blows and stuff, you don't want your planters to blow around. Hey, Kathy. Texas in the house. Welcome, Sharon. And good afternoon, Wilhelmine. How are you? Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show you, so let me, I'm going to put the camera down. If you are new to the page, welcome. I'm Julie Samaco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. This video, we're going to be making a rain boot wreath, but before we do that, I wanted to show you, because these came in my Deco Exchange subscription box this month. So you know I love that subscription box. It's a great way to build up your stash of craft supplies if you like to make wreaths or arrangements or things like that. So let me show you what else we had in the box besides the boots, okay? So this is just going through that subscription box that we got this month. Let me get this out of the way. All right, so the first thing I saw were, of course, the boots, the rain boots, y'all. How fun is this? Isn't this? These little rain boots are so adorable. Mine were turquoise. I don't know if some people got pink or yellow or what, but mine are turquoise. And got this beautiful Hello Spring sign. So I think that's really pretty. Let me put this back in, because I do like to protect my signs so they don't get messed up. Oh, Newfoundland, Yvonne, welcome. Linda's working from home and sneaking in a little wreath therapy. Oh, good. You got the notice this time, Linda. The other thing we got in the box was this 50-yard roll of ribbon. If y'all, we are going to be holding our bow making masterclass, and you're going to learn that one of the staples that you want to include in your inventory of ribbon is solids. 1.5 inch solids. I love it. This is one of the secret weapons that I use in putting a lot of bow patterns and prints together. But anyway, we got 50 yards of this. This is amazing to have that much. And then the other ribbons we have that were in this subscription box, you guys, 1.5 inch butterfly ribbon. How fun is this? 2.5 inch, 1.5 inch, this green, it's not a green, what is it, like a mint green, I guess? Mint blue green color, aqua, maybe aqua. Isn't that fun? With the white polka dots, right? So that's fun. We also got this butterfly ribbon and daisy, and I'm going to be using that in our wreath today. So it's already used up. Didn't waste any time. We've got our rain boots spring ribbon. Oh my gosh, how fun is that? They have little rain boots on them, and this is 2.5 inch. All of this is wired, okay? So all of this is wired. That was in the box. The other thing we got are these fun little picks. I'm going to go ahead and take these off because we're going to use that in our wreath today. How fun are these little picks? So we got this in the box as well. So just to kind of go through, this is where, you know, I got the materials. Some of the materials that I'm going to be using for this wreath was just some fun stuff out of my DecoExchangeCraftBox.com box. Let me put this over here. So it's fun. You don't have to have a wholesale. You just go to DecoExchangeCraftBox.com and sign up for their subscription. It's like a Christmas present every month. Rachel got hers. Rachel, what color were your boots? She already made a wreath. Yay! She got 50 yards of real ribbon too. I wonder what color your boots were though. She's loving her box too. Okay, so you guys know I just like to share with you where I get some of my materials that I love, and that subscription box is really just helps if you are trying to build up your stash of inventory for any wreath making, or maybe you like to make some stuff from home for your own home. That's how I got started actually, was designing for my own home. And then I just fell in love with it, and people wanted to buy my stuff, and I was like, let me start an Etsy shop. And I mean, that's how I got started. So if I could do it, I mean, I think anyone can, honestly, if you have some, you know, just some hard work ethic. I really feel like anybody could do this. Just practice, you know, practice makes perfect. And anyway, you could tell I love my job, right? All right, this is Linda. Hey, Linda, welcome. Linda's a member. Welcome. Okay, so let's get started. So Dana's like, I'm glad you're showing this. I got my boots. Boots. Yours were turquoise too? Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. Let's get started because I know some people are going to start barking. Let's just make the wreath. All right, here is how I went ahead and attached my boots because it took me a hot minute to figure like that out, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and I'll upload some detailed images to the Wreath of the Month Club group members so that they can see a little bit close up. But for you guys, I just wanted to show you, I attached wire up here and on the back side of this handle, because these are plastic, these feel like kids' boots almost. I don't think they are, but they feel like they totally could be. They've got the tread. So the other place that I attached on this side over here, and then I attached my boot, the top boot, back on the toe right there, and then I attached it on the heel right here. So the only one that's sort of wobbling is the one on the bottom, but I think we'll be okay. And I just think this is a cute little, idea. Now, one of the other ideas I thought about doing is taking ribbon and attaching your boot, like one boot here and one boot down here, and adding flower arrangements in it. You could just put, you know, make it a flower arrangement in each one of these if you wanted. For me, I feel like boots need to be in a pair. Am I the only one that thinks like that? Like if I just got one boot with an arrangement in it, it probably would be okay, but I kind of feel like they should be a pair. So I thought, well, let me go ahead and do the boot wreath. Juanita loves her boxes. She got turquoise. Oh, okay, so maybe everybody got turquoise. Maybe I just assumed everybody's boots were different colors. All right, so let me go ahead and get started. So I've attached this. My goal is to go, I went ahead and made my bow. Again, if this is bow ribbon style number 1 in our bow making masterclass, if you're signed up for that, you're going to see how to make this bow in detailed, right? But this is it. We made it with 1.5 inch ribbon, and I'm just going to go ahead and attach this to the wreath, and I'm going to attach it down here. I feel like it needs to be down here. So let's see. Maybe I'm going to put this up here a little bit just to get it up so I can see better. Maybe we'll put it over here. Move it over just a tad bit, maybe. Yeah, let's see if that would work. All right, so I'm just going to attach the wire around the wreath and get that secured. Don't you love this ribbon selection with the boot color? I think it just is so cute. Go ahead and dovetail. Isn't that fun? Love, love, love. All right. You know, with wreath making, it's all about layers. So you can decide at what point you want to stop with the layers. Oh, there we go. I think you can see that a little bit better. So you can see we've got our boots on, and it's raining today, so it's very appropriate here. All right, we're going to go ahead and green up the base. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding in some greenery. I've got various styles of greenery. So I love this bush that it has. It looks like it has a little bit of boxwood and grass combined. Isn't that fun? So if you are a Wreath Making of the Month Club member, you know that I like multiples for the greenery because that adds texture. This already has a couple on it, so it just sort of makes my job a little easier. Charlotte, you got a live show, believe it or not. Yes. Jet, you missed my videos, so go back and watch the replay. We were here last couple of weeks. All right, so let me cut that off. Before we get into that grass, let me go ahead and start using some of this that's a little bit more linear. I think this is going to be fun to establish the line. Isn't that fun? Look how long it is. It is a long stem, but I'm going to trim it off. Don't be afraid to just cut your stems the sizes that you need. I know if you were a beginner wreath maker, you probably didn't know that you could do that. Like you'd probably see this long thing and go, how are we going to put that in a wreath? Just cut it up. Hey, Teresa. All right, so what I'm going to do is just start attaching some of this green in here. You know what we could do? I think I'm jumping around a little bit because I have so many ideas I can't think straight. Let me get my florist knife. I'm going to go ahead and put some foam in this bottom boot. Just like that. think I'm just going to shove that down in here. So what that does is it sort of fills that up right here. And I like that. And we could start putting some florals in. So I'm going to start, I don't know if I'm going to start with flowers. Let's not put flowers in it yet. Let's just work around the wreath, establishing our line. Okay, so we've got one right here. Let me put that one right here. Bend it upward. Isn't that fun? Love, love, love greenery. All right, let me get some of these cut off. Yes, Charlotte just got home from the grocery store. Perfect time to relax. Girl, just sit back, get yourself some iced tea, and let's make a wreath. Right, so now I'm just going to keep working my way up this way. So wreath making has been such a blessing to me. I can't tell you how many times I have gone and pulled out the wreath making in order to just cope with my life. I remember when my dad passed away. I think that was about 2008, so it's been a while. And my grandmother passed away, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law passed away. And to me, I just can go in and come into the garage or the workroom or the craft room and make and cry. There are times when I had issues with the kids, like, you know, being a parent is hard. Being a kid is hard too, let's be honest. But, you know, we parents don't know what to do half the time. We're just winging it. And so, you know, I need to go and have a mom time and pray for guidance. And so I use wreath making to do that. If you are a baker, maybe you bake. If you are work with needlepoint or whatever, scrapbooking, y'all, just working with your hands is so therapeutic, isn't it? So whether you, whatever you do to find your joy, do it. Life is short. Christian music, yes, we play the Christian music, put that on and just relax, move with the music and pray. And okay, so you see how I'm just putting the floral, the greenery in. I think that's cute. Okay, I'm going to come over here this way though. All right, and then let's see, how far over do I want to go? How far over? Whoop, let's see if I can get that in. That's still not going. In there. It's either too loose or too tight. There we go. All right, that's cute. I wasn't sure how far over I really wanted to come. Like if I wanted to have the grapevine showing a little bit, or if I wanted to keep going all the way around. I think either way would be right. I think I'm just going to end it right here. All right, let's do one right here because we've got a couple of pieces. That's pretty. I think that's good for now. All right, I'm going to switch gears. Remember to this green that we had with the grass. I'm going to go ahead and add that. Let's go ahead and pop one of these right here in our styrofoam. My little styrofoam went down. Let me pull that back up. There. Try not to get the glue on my rain boots. So there's one. Two. Three. What are our plans for the weekend? Anybody got any plans? We're going to start moving into our new warehouse this weekend. Let's go ahead and do one right behind that top boot. Oh, I just dribbled glue on it. Well, once the glue dries, we can always get it off. And let's go and do one over on this side, right down here, I think. Well, let me think for a minute. Do I want that? Do I want that? I'm wondering if I just want to make it look like an arrangement. Is it a boot and going that way? I think I'll just put it right here. Okay. Let's get that off. Get the glue strings off. There. All right, so we've got some green. It's a green. We've got the green. Now, let's go ahead and add in a few. I'm going to add a couple of tulips. Happy birthday, Charlotte. Your 79th birthday. Susan, we're using some of these supplies came out of our subscription box. It's the Deco Exchange craftbox.com to learn more. And then I like to get subscription boxes because it saves me money, saves me time. I don't have to go shopping. It just comes. Most of the time, things are really coordinated well. All right. So let's see. We're going to do some of these tulips. And I want them to come out of our boot. See. One. Let's do one over here. Let's do one over this way. How fun. Y'all like tulips? Well, this is a different take on a tulip wreath. Susan hasn't opened the box yet. Well, hope I haven't ruined the surprise for you. No, the tulips didn't come in the subscription box. Remember, the subscription box is not a kit. It's just supplies that sometimes, most of the time, go together. Like all that ribbon went together with the sign. It just matches the theme. They usually have a theme. So this one is a rain boot theme for spring. Oh goodness, who's loving it so far? It's cute, isn't it? It's a cute little idea. I'm digging it. Raining outside. Perfect for this wreath. Okay. Perfect. Maybe one over this way. What do y'all think? Let's just get that to be just a little droopy. Y'all like that? How fun! I'm digging this. All right, so let's get our tulips put away. Let's go ahead and get those over there. And now we have, okay, this is the moment of decision. We have turquoise, ooh, or pink. Turquoise or pink. You guys tell me what you think, and I'll go ahead and do what I want to do. Turquoise or pink? Just cutting these off the bush. You know, you could buy your florals can be on a bush, or they can be on a stem. And I like the ones that are typically on a bush the best because they tend to be a little cheaper. I like it. We got pink, turquoise, pink, pink, loving the turquoise. Susan says both. Sharon says both. Right, so all I'm doing is cutting off the greenery on this. Sometimes you'll get some really pretty flowers and the leaves don't look that great. Just cut them off. I'm going to go with the pink. All right, let's do some of these smaller ones that I cut down. Let's do a little longer one on that one to get some height. So I'm just making an arrangement in a boot. We're just making an arrangement in our boot. Let's get this one up here. Okay. That's not going to stay. Let's reposition there. Isn't this cute? I like it. Hello, Vicky. So in the ribbon, it has pink and yellow and blue. All right, let's see. I think I want this one to go this way. So these are really pretty for our focal flowers. All right, I've got one more stem. That looks super cute. Right, these little pieces, they're just some little ones. I'm gonna go ahead and put them down in the boot. Let's see if I can get this one angled that way. So it's popping out a little bit. So if you're just joining the live, welcome. I am using supplies from my DecoExchangeCraftbox.com subscription. Just gonna pop that one right there. Oh goodness, there sounds like a delivery truck is here. Please don't be for me. All right, feels like there's, let's just see if we can separate that flower a little bit. I like this. I like it's wild looking. It's okay that it's not perfectly symmetrical, right? But you do have the spacing is in there. We've got our line established. All right, isn't that fun? Okay, so now moving on. So somebody said, let's do both. Maybe. I am going to put a few of these white flowers in. Before I do that, let's go through and put some of this green. I'm going to cut this short so that we can fill in close to the wreath base, wherever I see like wreath, some glue, you know, sometimes the glue shows or whatever puddles. So we're just going to use some of this. It looks like almost like a little boxwood, but it's got a little white on the top. This is just going to fill in a little bit, just a little bit. This is going to make you wish for April showers with this one on your door. You're not going to care about those showers. Thank you, Vicki. How big are the boots? I don't know. Bobby, I don't know. They're just, I don't know, they're home decor type boots. They're not kids or anything, but you could probably use kids. Janella likes the pink better now, yes, now that it's on there. So the reason I went with the pink was because the blue, we already had a lot of blue. I think either way would have been right. Either one would have been fine. A lot of times people would go back and forth. Do I do the pink? Do I do the blue? Just choose. Just choose. Both decisions are right. Just choose and move on. I know a lot of you who are makers, you're probably stressed over some minor details. Susan says she uses size 2 to 3 when she does rain boots. Okay. There's that. You like the green? The little bits of green just helps to fill in a little bit here and there. Okay, that looks good. Let's do a little bit of green right here in that boot. Nancy, this will be on a replay, yes. If you need to come back, this will be on a replay. Okay, I like that. I've got one more piece. Usually I'll step back around the room and look back on it and I can tell where there is a hole, but for right now we're going to move on to this little gypsum bush. This is really pretty, these little white filler flowers. So we're just going to go ahead and add these. Oh, I like it. Let's see. We need a little shorter piece right there. Looks like we've got our arrangement and our boot done. So I'm going to start moving around the wreath with some of this filler. It really just adds another layer of texture and it lightens it up. Susan says the boots are approximately 8.5 inches by 9 inches by 6 inches. Thank you, Susan. She must have opened her box and measured. Y'all, we have like the best community. You guys are so awesome helping each other. I love it. All right, I think just one more little piece. Right through here. Oh yeah, that's cute. Maybe right here one small piece. Thank you, Nancy. Judy, welcome. If you're new, make sure you tell us where you're from, and we want to welcome you. Thanks for following. Make sure you give us a follow and a subscribe. All right, I think that's good. Y'all, how cute is this? I love it. Okay. So now, I'll have to get the glue off later. I like the bow. So the bow did perfect. It just filled in that little hole right there under that boot. Now, I'm going to use these. However, you don't have to. If you love it just like this, by all means, this is where you could stop. Remember I said wreath making is layering. At any point you don't want something, just stop. So this is a stopping point. You could have stopped after the pink flowers. Actually, you could have stopped after the tulips. You could have stopped after the greenery. It's totally up to you. But I got one stem of this in the box, of the subscription box, and I got one of these. So, I mean, I could make a lantern swag with this, but I thought, go ahead and use this in this wreath because it all coordinates. Callie, the grapevine wreath was 14 inches. Let's see. Where are we going with this one? It's a little too concentrated. Let's see if I can divide that out just a little bit more. Oh, just divide a little bit more on that one. Here we go. That looks cute. It adds a little bit of whimsy to it. Ooh, I like it. Y'all like it? Dawn says, yeah. So Dawn, if you use my link, it's if you just go to decoexchangecraftbox.com, that's my affiliate link. I want to say it's $60 a month, but you get a lot of stuff. It saves you money. If you were gonna buy things separately, you know, that go in the box, it would you would have cost maybe $20 to $30 more. But sometimes I like just to have things delivered and I don't have to think about it. And let's be honest, sometimes we get a little stagnant in our designs because, you know, you just keep doing the same stuff. And then you get rain boots in your box and you're like, let me think a little outside the box. All right, I need to start spreading this out just a little bit more because I only have 2 left. So let's go this way. Ooh, I just got too much glue on that one. All right, and then let's pull that little ball out. That's cute. And we'll do one on the end. That is so cute. All right, so now I'm going to go with these. Red pear would be pretty. Southern Sass says she's got a pair of red coming in. That would be really cute too. You know, I could see that as a patriotic. I have to run to Lowe's after this and buy a refrigerator for the new warehouse. I just cannot believe that I'm going to have a warehouse, an office space. And y'all, it started with my wreath business. I just cannot believe that. It just blows my mind. God is so good. So eventually one day I'll be driving to work again and I'm going to need a refrigerator. Judy, if you click the link, let's see, there should be a link pinned. It's called Deco Exchange Craft Box. Right there, decoexchangecraftbox.com. That's my affiliate link, and that will take you straight there. You guys can cancel anytime, obviously. I like these larger ones. Let's put the yellow one over here where there's a little bit of a hole with the yellow. Let's do I want blue right here? Let's do blue right here. Ouch. These look like little hidden Easter eggs. There's that. I'm going to go ahead and do the purple lavender one down here. And I have a white one. I think I might leave the white one off though. Actually, let's do it. We'll do it down here, close to the bow. And then I always just go back through, fluff, because you know, sometimes your hand will bend things. You just want to fluff things out. Check, I'll have to check the glue strings and get that off. What do y'all think? I love this. I might add another ribbon on the bottom. Where's my ribbon? Thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up. You guys are so amazing. Vancouver Island, welcome Marilyn. If I missed your comments or questions, I'll come back in and answer. Yep, everybody, it's pinned right there on Facebook on the bottom. And it should be pinned for deco for the YouTube as well. It's decoexchangecraftbox.com. All right, let's see. Where do we want to put this ribbon? I'm just going to put it right here. All right, we are done. I am wrapped up in the glue. How cute, cute, cute. You can still see that these are rain boots. My vision is to have it look like it was coming out of this bottom boot and arrangement. Thank you, Maria. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, the hearts, you guys are so amazing. Thank you. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week and a great weekend. Galveston Island, welcome Vicki. Thank you, Genevieve and Jane. Thank you, Eva. You guys, thank you so much. I hope you learned something. Hope I inspired you to try something different and new. Don't be afraid, you guys. Don't be afraid. You're not going to learn until you try. You can watch all the videos and tutorials you want, but until you start implementing, you're not going to figure it out. So make sure you try. Don't, don't be afraid to try something new. You guys are such a blessing to me. I try to inspire you and be a blessing to you in return. Prayers for all of you, safety and health, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.